let's talk social media. Social media is something that I've grown up with, like many of you, and it is something that has naturally influenced my outlook on life. I knew about social media loosely in middle school, but once I got to high school, I really started to get more into it. I think it's really interesting that we have become reliant and so influenced by social media that a lot of the people that you see nowadays, like models and stuff like that, get plastic surgery because of stuff they see off of Instagram. I feel social media, depending on how you look at it, can be either seen as a good or a bad thing. And like everything else, there are definitely positive aspects of it and negative aspects of it. You know, positive aspect is that it's now easier than ever to make a living online. There's a lot of positives involving social media. There are a lot of things you can be like, yeah, that's good that this happens. It's good that we are able to talk about this, you know? But at the same time, though, there are also some negatives, like, again, you know, self-image. Whether it's an OnlyFans girl, whether it's some celebrity, there's gonna be someone out there who you really think is attractive. And if you're surrounded by that all the time, it'll make you think, like, it'll make you insecure about yourself. It'll make you wanna change things about yourself that may have been fun otherwise. I think so. Another problem I feel like social media has for Gen Zers like myself is that we have this false perception that we're never doing enough. For the longest time when I was younger, I always thought that because I didn't have a Mercedes or because I wasn't like financially doing well for myself, that I was failing at life. Because the thing that people don't tell you is that social media is a gathering place for the 1%ers. The 1%ers are the people who have like $2 million net worth at like 20 or 21. Those are the 1%ers. And on Instagram, at least from my experience anyway, they're all concentrated in that area. So if all you see on your feed are people going to like Dubai and people getting expensive watches and like buying their own house and buying their mom a house and all that, and that's all you see, and then you look at your own life, you will naturally feel like you're failing. When in reality, you could be further along than a lot of people. You may not be in the 1% range, but you're not as far behind as you might think. And that's the thing that I realized getting older too. And that's something that my dad was able to help tell me and help me realize. The only person you are facing is yourself. And that's something to remember anytime you feel any sort of insecurity relating to that. Back to the positives though, in terms of things that I do like about social media, I also like how it brings people together. Depending on which site, what type of social media you're using, it could either be for good or for worse, but it's easier than ever to bring people together for a good cause. Like for example, think about all the George Floyd stuff that happened 4 years ago. Like that wouldn't have happened likely to the same degree 20, 30 years ago before social media and phones were a thing. People were marching internationally. There were people in Japan who were marching in justice for George Floyd, even though black people only make up like 0.02% of the population over there. Like they were still helping this cause of racial injustice. They were helping fight against it. I think that's a really beautiful thing. I really like how social media makes it harder for bad people to get away with stuff. So many people are getting exposed for just being absolute trash people. Overall, I would say that for me, my experience with social media has been a relatively good one. I would recommend ultimately though that anybody who uses it just really try to go outside. Make sure it doesn't consume your whole life. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about social media. Thank you all for watching. Peace and blessings. Bye.